Hello and welcome to Win Over Depression. I am your host, Tamera Trotter. This podcast is dedicated to those who suffer with a mental illness but try every single day to feel better. It's also dedicated to those who have loved ones who suffer in silence and want everyone to know about this debilitating condition. You know, depression is one of the most undertreated conditions in the entire world. Did you know that every 50 seconds someone is taking their life? It is truly a pandemic, and we must do what we can to spread awareness about mental health. Today, we'll be talking about mindset and how important your mindset is when it comes to really everything in life, but definitely when it comes to managing your mental health. So what is your current mindset? Do you feel as if you are now in a place where you can overcome your circumstances and get to that place in life where you deserve? Are you accepting of your condition? That's one of the first things that we have to do. Once we accept that we suffer with a mental illness, we are in a much better place to now put into action a plan that is going to help us manage our care. Self-care is also the key to feeling better. Every morning you should get up, take a shower, don't stay in bed. Make sure you have a plan for the day. Eat a healthy breakfast. Make sure that you're getting in a lot of protein. Make sure you're eating leafy vegetables. Stay away from candy and sugary drinks. That's one of the things that you can do to practice self-care when it comes to managing your mental health. Set realistic goals. Break tasks into smaller, manageable steps, and make sure that you are able to achieve the realistic goals that you have set for yourself. Remember to celebrate the small wins. Engage in some activities that bring you joy and give you a sense of accomplishment. It's so important that we also focus on the present. When we focus on the future and what we think the future may entail for us, it sometimes makes us sad, but we can never know what the future will bring because we can't determine that. We have to live in the present moment, deal with whatever is in front of us. Sure, we can plan for the future, but we should not be so focused on the future that we cannot focus on what is in front of us. We have to be patient and persistent. We have to make sure that when we are managing our mindset, that we are not surrounding ourselves with people who exude negativity. I know it seems like a laundry list, but there are so many things that we need to continue to do in order to keep our depression at bay. We need to limit or completely take out alcohol. If you can just limit it, it's going to help you. But if you can reduce it immensely, you're going to feel that much better. How about your sleeping? Are you able to sleep? Getting 8 to 10 hours of sleep every single night is essential. And that is why I wanted to share with you that Win Over Depression is currently on TikTok. And on Monday, February 26th, we will have a live and free webinar. In order to register, all you have to do is go to the Win Over Depression TikTok page, and on my bio, you will see a link that says Pensight, PENSIGHT.com. Click on that link and it will take you to register for the webinar. There are 2 sessions on that day. One will take place at noon Pacific Standard Time, and the second one will take place at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Come and find out ways that you can overcome your mental illness. I will also be sharing a brand new mental health diary that I have, as well as an ebook. So I hope to see you there. Remember, giving up is never an option. Stay in the game of life. Hello, and welcome to Win Over Depression, your beacon of hope in the realm of mental health. I am your host, Tamera Trotter. I am your companion on the journey to reclaiming joy and resilience. In this podcast, we'll unravel the vital importance of managing your well-being amidst life's challenges. From practical strategies to uplifting stories and expert advice, Each episode is a roadmap to cultivating mental wellness and overcoming the grip of depression. Whether you are seeking solace for yourself or supporting a friend, here you will find the tools and inspiration to navigate the complexities of emotional health. Join me as we embark on a transformative quest to prioritize self-care, resilience, and the triumph of the human spirit. Let's together redefine the narrative of depression and embrace a life of purpose and fulfillment. Today, we'll be talking about why it is so hard to keep going. You know, the struggle with depression that is so prevalent and is ongoing from day to day is very difficult to deal with. Depression can feel like an invisible weight pressing down on every aspect of your life. It's not just about feeling sad. It's an overwhelming sense of hopelessness that clouds judgment and zaps energy. When someone is struggling with depression, even the smallest task can seem monumental. The motivation to get out of bed, engage with others, or pursue personal goals can feel completely out of reach. This pervasive heaviness can make the idea of just giving up seem like a form of relief, a way to escape from the constant emotional and mental exhaustion. I can really understand why someone would just want to give in, because mental exhaustion is a very, very difficult state of being. One of the most frustrating aspects of depression is the paradox of feeling stuck. People often describe a sense of being trapped in a cycle where every attempt to improve their situation feels futile. This cycle reinforces itself, creating a feedback loop of despair. It's not a lack of willpower or a simple matter of snapping out of it. It is a profound disconnection from hope and purpose. Understanding this paradox can help explain why it is so challenging for those affected to see any light at the end of the tunnel. It just seems like on some days you can make it a little bit, and on other days you feel like you just cannot put one foot in front of the other, and so you do not. It is during these times when suicide and feelings of not being here tend to surface. So what do we do in the middle of the night or in the thick of the day when the sun is shining, when we just don't feel like continuing to go on? What we can do is think about those who love us and those who want us to continue on just for them. I know that it seems as if that may be very difficult to do, but oftentimes when we can't seem to live for ourselves, living for other people seems like the best next possibility. But in retrospect, it means that we are continuing to wear a mask every single day, and no one really knows exactly how we're feeling. One of the keys to combating the urge to give up is focusing on small, manageable steps, realizing that even the smallest step is considered a win, and we should celebrate each and every one of those steps that happen in our lives. When the big picture feels overwhelming, breaking down goals into tiny, achievable tasks can help rebuild a sense of control and accomplishment. Once that happens, you'll be able to see that momentum is picking up, and you will begin to complete even more goals every single day. And that is exactly what we are looking for. These small victories though they may seem insignificant at the moment, can gradually shift the balance from despair to hope. Even if you can only do something for 5 minutes a day, if you didn't do something the previous day for 5 minutes, that is definitely a goal accomplished. So you should be proud of yourself and celebrate. It is all about creating a pathway to resilience where each step forward, no matter how small, contributes to a larger journey toward healing and recovery. And even though it is so difficult for us to realize and to see that the light at the end of the tunnel is getting closer, as long as we keep going and don't stop, we will get to see the victory that we have in mind. Because hope is what we need to focus on even in the midst of the struggle. It is crucial to remember that hope can exist even in the darkest moments. While it may not always be visible, it can be nurtured and discovered through ongoing support, personal effort, being proactive, or through professional guidance. Depression may distort reality, making it hard to envision a better future, but hope is found in the perseverance to keep moving forward, especially when the path ahead seems unclear. It's the hope, however fragile, that can be a powerful force in the fight against depression. So I'd like for you to analyze the level of hope that you have in your life. If you were to look at a scale of hope and the scale said fair, good, or excellent, where would you lie on that hope meter? It's hard to be probably on the excellent side, but if your hope is good, then you can always move forward from there. So hope is something that you may not feel exist in your life consistently, but when we maintain hope and we believe that our circumstance, our situation, and what we're dealing with can only get better, then we are able to continue to move forward another day. There are also cognitive distortions when it comes to depression, ways of thinking that reinforce negative feelings and beliefs. I have always talked about how very important your mindset is. If in your mind you have negative feelings towards your healing, until you're able to replace those feelings with positive feelings on a consistent basis, it'll continue to be very difficult for you to move from where you are. On that note, I want to remind you that Win Over Depression has a TikTok page called 14 Days to Wellness. On this TikTok page, there is a course called the 14 Days to Mental Health Wellness. This course was designed just for you. There are over 19 podcast episodes, 19 daily affirmations. There is a mood tracker, which gives you the opportunity to track how you are feeling and to track your progress. Whenever you track your progress, you can always look back to see where you have made improvements and make a plan for that next day or that next month. Also included in the 14 Days to Mental Health Wellness are 30 activities to fight depression, and there are numerous inspirational videos just from me to you to encourage you on your journey. If you would like to have more information about this course, please send me an email to tct1867@gmail.com. Once again, tct1867@gmail.com. This course is going to help you get back on track with your mental health and help you to develop the mindset that is going to remind you how important it is to be hopeful, how vital it is to surround yourself with people who exude positivity, how important it is to accomplish and complete at least 2 tasks every single day. It takes 14 days to change a habit, and that's why the 14 days to mental health wellness can completely renew and rejuvenate your life. If you want to get the course directly, look in my bio and you will be able to see the actual link. But grab a piece of paper and a pen and I will give you the address. The address is Pensight, pensight.com/X/again, win over depression. If you get the 14 days to mental health wellness, it also comes with a 1-hour free coaching from me. Another challenge in dealing with depression is the role of self-compassion. And that just means that oftentimes we are critical and harsh and we are self-critical. So when someone is struggling with depression, they may be their worst enemy, constantly questioning their worth and capabilities. Cultivating self-compassion can be a crucial part of managing depression, which means that we must give ourselves grace. This means treating oneself with the same kindness and understanding that one would offer a friend in a similar situation. By learning to counteract self-criticism with self-compassion, individuals can create a more supportive inner environment that fosters resilience and hope. In a recent conversation, I talked about how we have to remember that people who suffer from depression, meaning myself and others, perhaps you do as well, or someone you know, it is a sickness. And so when you are sick and you're not feeling well, what happens? You want to lay down, you don't want to do anything, which means that chores are not being completed because you are not feeling well. So when we criticize ourselves, we are not making our situation any better. The journey through depression is rarely straightforward. Treatment options include medication, therapy, lifestyle changes, or a combination of these, but it can be complex and it definitely requires patience. It often takes time to find the right approach, and setbacks are common. However, we all experience setbacks in our life, and because of that, we have to know that a setback doesn't have to mean that you cannot get to the next level, because a setback is a setup for a comeback. So even though it can be discouraging, making it tempting to give up before seeing progress, persistence is definitely crucial. Each person's path to recovery is unique, and finding the right treatment plan can make a difference in managing symptoms and improving your quality of life. Also, finding a meaningful purpose can be a powerful motivator in overcoming depression. I've always said that you never know what you can offer someone else, and oftentimes people are waiting for you to get through your trials and tribulations so that you can be a testament to how you overcame your circumstances. So don't make it about you. Rather, make it about someone else, someone who you can uplift. Because when we uplift others, we certainly help our overall functioning and our mental health. Because when life feels devoid of meaning, it's easy to succumb to the desire to give up. But exploring activities, passions, or relationships that provide a sense of purpose can help rekindle hope. This doesn't mean find grand, life-changing answers right away, but rather start with small, meaningful activities that bring a sense of fulfillment. As these moments of meaning accumulate, They can gradually shift the perspective from despair to a more hopeful outlook. Talking about your depression can be a vital step in breaking through the isolation that often accompanies the condition. The stigma surrounding mental issues can make it difficult for people to share their struggles, but expressing their feelings can lead to valuable support and understanding. Encouraging open conversations not only helps those affected feel less alone, but also promotes a broader societal acceptance and awareness of mental health challenges. By fostering an environment where mental health is openly discussed, we can create more support and resources for those in need. In the face of depression, it's important to acknowledge and celebrate small wins and incremental progress. These moments of achievement, no matter how minor they may seem, are steps forward in the journey to recovery. Recognizing and celebrating these small victories can build momentum and reinforce a sense of accomplishment. It is a way of countering the pervasive negativity of depression and highlighting the positive strides being made, no matter how gradual they may be. I never want to end my podcast without thanking you so very much for listening. You have always been the best part of Win Over Depression, and I appreciate each and every one of you listening every single Friday and every single week. I encourage you to, again, get the 14 days to mental health wellness to get back on track. I also remind you that you can find us on Pinterest at TT Mental Health Expert. You can also like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and also find us on LinkedIn and Tumblr. Remember, giving up is never an option. Stay in the game of life, and I will see you next Friday on Win Over Depression.